It was a humid Thursday morning at Jackson International Airport, the type where the air felt thick with tension and sweat. People bustled through the terminals, families saying goodbye, businessmen checking watches, children clinging to mothers' arms. Amid the crowd, a poised black woman in her late 40s, dressed in a modest leather jacket, jeans, and low-heeled boots, quietly rolled her carry-on toward Gate C7. Her name was Chief Olivia Mbeki, the newly appointed Chief of Police of Jefferson County, a woman of fierce integrity, calm authority, and an iron will tempered by wisdom. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified for more, share to friends. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story goes. Olivia was on her way to a law enforcement symposium in Chicago, a routine trip, she thought. But the ordinary morning was about to spiral into something unforgettable. She had booked a business-class ticket through her department's travel division. At the gate, the attendant scanned her boarding pass and gestured toward the jet bridge with a smile. Olivia nodded, adjusting her shades and stepping aboard the aircraft. As she walked through the narrow aisle toward seat 3A, a firm, male voice barked behind her. "You're not supposed to be up here." She turned around slowly. A tall, square-jawed man with piercing eyes and captain's wings glinting on his crisp shirt approached, frowning. "I beg your pardon?" Olivia asked, holding her boarding pass up. "This is the business section," he snapped. "Coach is back there." "I'm in 3A," she replied, voice calm but firm. The captain grabbed the pass, glanced at it quickly, and scoffed. "Yeah, well, maybe there's a mistake. You people always think you can slide in where you don't belong." Passengers nearby turned to look. The energy in the cabin shifted, murmurs, shuffles, tension thick in the air. Olivia stood her ground, expression unreadable. "I believe I'm exactly where I belong," she said. The pilot narrowed his eyes, then, without warning, slapped the boarding pass from her hand, his fingers grazing her wrist hard. Gasps erupted. "What's going on here?" a flight attendant asked, rushing forward. "She's trying to sit in business," the captain said, dismissively. "She probably forged the ticket." Before Olivia could respond, another voice spoke up, a white man in a suit seated in 3B. "She was ahead of me in security. I saw her ticket. It's legit." The captain's face twitched. "I suggest you get your facts straight before you put your hands on people," the man added, folding his arms. Still calm, Olivia bent down, picked up her boarding pass, and said, "You just laid hands on a police officer. I suggest you sit down before this gets out of hand." He laughed. "Please. You. A cop." Olivia didn't respond. Instead, she pulled out her wallet and flipped it open, revealing a gleaming gold badge and ID. "Chief of Police, Jefferson County." Dead silence. The captain's confidence cracked. He blinked, mouth slightly ajar, as whispers swept through the plane like wildfire. "I'm filing a formal complaint," Olivia said, voice icy now. "And I'll be speaking with the airline's corporate security upon landing. You have no idea who you just touched." The flight attendant stepped in quickly. "Ma'am, please, allow me to get the supervisor. This isn't acceptable." "No need," Olivia said coolly. "I'll take it from here." Within minutes, the airport manager, TSA personnel, and the airline's internal security boarded the plane. Olivia stepped off to give her statement. Meanwhile, the captain was escorted out, red-faced and silent. As passengers recorded with phones and whispered among themselves, the manager tried to downplay the situation. "We can offer you a voucher and—" "Stop," she interrupted. "This isn't about a free flight. This is about accountability." One of the TSA agents pulled the manager aside and said, "She's the top cop in the state. That pilot's in serious trouble." The next hour was chaos. News had already hit social media. Hashtag Chief Olivia trended as footage circulated showing the slap, the confrontation, and the dramatic unmasking of who she truly was. At headquarters later that day, the airline CEO called Olivia personally to apologize. The pilot was placed on immediate leave pending investigation. The manager who downplayed the event was fired before the day ended. But Olivia didn't stop there. At the symposium in Chicago, she opened her keynote speech with a story, not to shame, but to illuminate. "Bias is often silent," she said. It's hidden in tone, in assumptions, in unchecked power. What happened to me wasn't rare. It happens to black women every day. To people of color. To those who don't look like authority. The difference is, I had a badge. But what about those who don't? The crowd rose to its feet. Her story was picked up by national outlets, CNN, NPR, local news. It sparked policy reviews within the airline industry and law enforcement. Sensitivity training was reintroduced in several departments. A bill was proposed in her name, the Olivia Protocol, a measure mandating training on implicit bias in transportation and public services. Weeks later, the former pilot released a public apology, admitting his fault. Olivia accepted it. "I don't want revenge," she said in an interview. "I want reform." The incident sparked conversations in schools, workplaces, even churches. Mothers used the story to teach their sons respect. Fathers told daughters they were powerful. Police departments quietly studied the footage and reflected. Olivia's quiet strength became a symbol, not of revenge, but of restraint, dignity, and change through justice. Moral of the story: never underestimate someone based on appearances. Treat all people with respect, regardless of color, gender, or class. Authority can wear heels and jeans just as easily as a uniform and badge. And in a world full of noise, sometimes the quietest strength speaks the loudest truth. Let this story remind us, what you assume about someone can cost you more than just your pride. It can cost your position, your reputation, and your peace.